Oof. Genshin Impact discontinuation of updates on PS4. Damn, I was not expecting this. So for the next up, actually not for version 6.0, but we pretty much have the details over here. I read through all of this, and when we come down over here, it says starting from April 8th, 2026, we will officially cease all update support for Genshin Impact on PS4. Traveler will no longer be able to log into the game on PS4. Installations of the game on PS4 will stop receiving update patches. Any items purchased from the PlayStation Store but not yet claimed in-game can only be claimed by logging into Genshin Impact on PS5 after this update. So, yeah, once April 8th hits in like 2026 next year, you will no longer be able to log into the game on PS4. So you might as well just uninstall the game because you can't play it on PlayStation PS4 ever again. Now, some people, I saw them asking, saying, you know, how can they, like, for example, this over here, this person says, but the game can run on mobile. The reason why the game can run on mobile is because the game is shitty on mobile. All right. When you're playing these gacha games, these open world gacha games like Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact on mobile, the game is blurry, the graphics are terrible. So, you know, that's why they're able, like, that's why the game, like the phone can actually handle the game because it's just poor quality. Meanwhile, when it comes to, you know, PS4, PS4, they, like, Sony just stopped updating PS4. They no longer update the PS4. That's why they released the PS5. And, you know, the hardware for the PS4 just can no longer handle all of these updates for Genshin Impact. And let's be honest, man, once 6.0 drops, bro, it's just going to be too much for, you know, the PS4 to handle. So, yeah, I'm actually not surprised that this happened because the PS4 is just simply outdated. It's simply outdated, and they're constantly updating the game, so they just can't, the PS4 just can't keep up with the game anymore. But let's go ahead and see the responses here. So some people are actually mad. They're saying, I don't have a PS5. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, bro. We're in 2025. All right, we are in 2025. If you still don't have a PS5, get a fucking job. I don't know what else to tell you, bro. If you don't have a PS5, it's either like you don't like the PS5 and you just prefer the PS4, or you're just broke, man. Like, you're just fucking broke, dude. Get a job. I'm just being honest with y'all, man, because ain't no way y'all sitting here saying, but I only have a PS4, and it's been like, what? When did they release the PS5? Let me see. PS5 release date. They released this in like 2020. We in 2025, bro. It's been 5 years, bro. Ain't no way. Still don't have a PS5. Oh, let me see. Thank God you're leaving that decaying console behind. It's time people move on. Now you can improve the game without being held back by old hardware. I immigrated from Asia to the United States, but my Genshin Impact account is still in the Asia region. I don't really care about that. In the Venera, PS4 carries so many of us through Tevat's earliest days. Yeah, I used to play the game on PS4. Like, when I didn't have a PS5. You guys remember when, you guys remember during COVID when they literally dropped the PS5 in COVID. And if you, like, ordered the PS5, there's a chance that somebody would just take the PS5 out your cart. They would completely take it and they would give it to somebody else, or they were just completely sold out. It was so fucking annoying. It took me a hot minute to actually get the PS5 because every single time I put the PS5 in my cart, they take that shit out, give it to somebody else. It was so frustrating. But yeah, some people not happy. Some people don't really care. You guys want to Genshin to improve, so will be. They just raised their minimum requirement for the next version, 6.0. Go cry if your device is not supported because you wanted it. I want to see the responses for this. Same thing with Monster Hunter. Fans complaining about the game being too easy, need a real challenge until Capcom really listens for real, and we get these motherfuckers and they start crying buckets. It's the Vegeta syndrome. Everybody wants more than what they can chew. How much you guys want to bet Buddy's talking about stingy and on trying to defend that shit? Unbelievable. Who is you? I literally didn't want it, and I'm sad that Genshin PS4 is discontinued because Genshin is the whole reason I got a PS4. literally because it was not supported on any other device of mine, so I can't play the game at all. But I think it's time for you to update, man. I think it's time for you to get a PS5, bro. Like, I honestly don't blame them for doing this because, like, what the fuck can they do, bro? Like, they just can't update the game anymore for PS4. The PS4 just cannot handle the game. Like, if they, you know, drop like 6.2, 6.3 on the PS4, my nigga, the whole shit's gonna blow up. When you turn on the PS4, that shit sounds like a fucking jet engine, bro. It sounds like a fucking airplane. Like, you about to take off. So, imagine 6.0. Because when we come over here, I'm pretty sure they dropped the details for I think 6.0 patch. Let me see over here. Yeah, it says for, yeah, when we take a look at the requirements, they pretty much increased that shit. So for Android, it's like 12.0 and above, 6 gigabytes or more. iOS, it says iPhone devices with Apple A11, iPad devices with Apple A12, devices iPhone 8 Plus, iPhone X, iPad Mini, iPad Air, iPad 8th generation. Yeah, bro, it's understandable. I get it. I get it. I don't blame them. Of course, people are not going to be happy, right? But when they can no longer update the game on that console, gotta move on, bro. Gotta move on. It's the same thing with the Switch. I don't understand why they said, oh, Genshin Impact is releasing on the Switch. Nigga, y'all know full and well that game will not run on the Switch, bro. The Switch is literally a mobile port. Like, yo, the Switch 1, maybe the Switch 2. Maybe Nintendo Switch 2 Genshin Impact can actually release on Switch 2. Maybe. Who fucking knows? Imagine Wuthering Waves on Switch 2. That would actually be crazy. But I'm not gonna lie, guys. This announcement of them just like removing Genshin Impact from the PS4, this really exposed like a lot of brokies in the community. It's either these people are broke or they're just like little kids that use their mommy's credit card in these games, because I see a lot of people here complaining that they're no longer going to update the game on PS4. So we come over here, look at this, guys. Excuse the fuck out of me. Not all of us can afford a PS5, you jack-offs. You get us playing all this time, then just as we're coming towards the end of the story, you lowball us like this. Fuck you, Hoyo. This is the only time I will actually defend Hoyo. Buddy, the PS5 has been here for 5 fucking years. Genshin has been here for like 5 years. You had 5 years to get a PS5, man. Ain't no way you're blaming a company because of your broke ass. I'm just being real with y'all. For a second, I was scared to set PlayStation in general. I ain't gonna lie. If it did say PS5 as well, then that would be a fucking issue. That would make absolutely no sense if they took the game off of PS5. That would have been stupid as fuck. So damn. So those of us who play on PS4 won't be able to play Not Cry when it comes out. I don't think. Yeah, I think you can still play 6.0. It's just that on April 8th, that's when April 8th, 2026, that's when it's gonna be removed from PS4. Yo, yeah, a lot of people that are mad. Oof, that's a big L on Hoyo's end right there. What makes it even worse is that the mobile version is still getting updates. Which one can infer that this decision is not based on system power, but rather than not wanting to spend time on making updates to another system? When it comes to mobile, I mean, you look at Wuthering Waves. Wuthering Waves isn't even on PS4. They literally released the game on PS5. And it's on mobile too. It's a mobile gacha game. Bro, are these people fucking retarded? It's a mobile gacha game, bro. When it comes to mobile, it's lower quality than the PS4. The PS4 has better graphics than mobile. It's just that they can't keep, like, the PS4 just cannot handle a live service game because the game is constantly updating. So if they want to take their updates to a whole new level, if they want to add, you know, more stuff into Genshin, PS4 just can't handle that shit, and it's understandable. So I ain't gonna lie, bro, this tweet is low-key an IQ check, bro. Like, them announcing this is an IQ check, because some of these people are genuinely fucking retarded. A phone from like 5 years ago is more powerful than the PS4. Mobile version has very scaled down graphics, so the system requirements are also less. It's like 35 gigabytes on mobile if you have everything downloaded, but the PS version is the same as the PC 120 plus. Exactly. It's like mobile and console is just not the same thing. It's like mobile is just mobile will always be unoptimized compared to console, right? And the graphics are 100 times, like 100 times, like, okay, when it comes to mobile graphics, it's just complete shit compared to console graphics, right? So, you know, mobile, they don't really have to do much on mobile. Plus, it's a mobile game. There's a reason why it's called mobile gacha, bro. It wouldn't make sense for them to call Genshin Impact a mobile game, a mobile gacha game, when game is no longer on mobile. It makes no fucking sense. Plus, when you take a look at their revenue, how much money they make, a lot of people do spend money on mobile, right? And if they were to like completely remove Genshin Impact from mobile, nigga, that's a huge chunk of money they're removing. Like, that's a huge chunk. So yeah, man, Genshin Impact pretty much going EOS on PS4. It's time for you guys to upgrade. Hoyo said, get your lazy asses off the couch and go get a job. You cannot get the PS5. If you can't get a PC. Oh, didn't mean to jump scare you. I'm sorry. I apologize. I did not mean to jump scare you guys. But we do have Stingy and Onslaught in a couple hours here. We farming that bitch. We farming it. All right. We are going to farm this Stingy and Onslaught because I know which boss they're putting in there. And that shit's about to be ass, bro. I just know it's going to be buns. So we can't wait for that, man. Cannot wait for that shit. But hope you guys have a good one. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Adios.